It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Seattle. It's the Wizards and the Hawks on Sunday night primetime.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, a terrific matchup to decide who represents the NFC in the Super Bowl. It's our visitors and the Seattle Seahawks. The George Halas Trophy awaits the winner of this one, as well as a spot in the Super Bowl. Who will represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl? We're about to find out. As off we go in the NFC title game. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
These are the type of games, Mike, where you can become a legend, not only for your franchise, but to the entire city. His play throughout the year has helped them get to the point where the NFC Championship is taking place in their stadium. If he's able to continue to play at that high level over these next 4 quarters, his team's going to have a real shot to end the weekend as NFC champions.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. Now, off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He's got his man, right side. It's complete. His first catch of this NFC Championship game, good enough for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They will run it over center with Hall. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll go again with Hall. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with a conservative run, gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
And he's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Throwing now from the gun. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Would have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And that one joints off the upright and in. Fortunate break, but the kick is good. And the Seahawks are out to an early 3-0 lead. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
This place is rocking right now, Mike. I mean, neither one of us can even hear each other speak. This crowd is certainly doing their part. They're trying to create as hostile of an environment as humanly possible to give their team the upper hand. And he's going to have to overcome this atmosphere if he's going to lead his team to the Super Bowl. This isn't going to be an easy task by any stretch of the imagination, but as long as he goes out there and he plays smart and aggressive, they're going to have a shot to fly back home as NFC champs. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Seahawks offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead, see if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Now, faking the give. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle with Hall. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Another run here with Hall. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Hall. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got 1st and goal.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
1st down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's incomplete. They couldn't connect. And that's how this first quarter will come to an end. 1 quarter down, 3 to go on the road to the Super Bowl. It's the Seahawks. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
He'll push forward for about a yard. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. Jair Brown on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. He'll drop to throw. He'll look underneath for Hall. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. 15-yard pickup there. 1st down, Seattle.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play. And that's exactly what they did.
3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks will open up a 13-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Wizards offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They'll stick with him again. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be third down and short. They'll throw out of the gun. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. That one good for 9, and the drive continues.
What that play call tells me is that play caller made up his mind. We're on 3rd and inches. If we don't get it, we're going for it on 4th down. So he really treated that 3rd down like 2nd down. They work the outside part of the field. Simple pitch and catch. It's a nice pickup.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now give on the ground. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Concern on that sideline here in this NFC Championship game. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. They send the tight end in motion. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Here's a 2nd and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's to the sideline and pulled in by Harrison.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their running back set to go once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, what we're seeing play out across the NFL is that if offensively it requires you to go the length of the field in a long, methodical drive, your chances of coming away with points continue to go down the more you snap the ball. You have to be able to generate shot plays, pick up big, explosive chunks, because when you do, your ability to score points typically tends to follow.
1st and 10. Right side to the tight end, Komet. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. He is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Just a beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
The extra point is good. And the Seahawks add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Wizards offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. Now, this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Back to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Which one of these two clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both of these teams hoping to be the ones to lift the George Halas Trophy. Quarter number 3 of the NFC title game underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Wizards offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He's got his man right side. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll look to throw yet again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. He's got the 1st down. They'll bring him down at the 28. But the sticks will move. 1st down picked up on the ground. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Offense. Still 1st down.
Back to the ground after the penalty. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. 2nd and 7. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll work forward, a short gain to the 25. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Pass complete there to Harrison. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now a give up the middle. And he's close to the 1st down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They'll try and run for it.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
Now they'll set up to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked, back at the 5. Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
Really nice job here by the defense, taking advantage of this condensed field. Anytime you're down here in the red zone, the field is wider than it is deep. It's actually very challenging for an offense to stay in their normal rhythm, and coverage has been tight, pass rush.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wizards.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Wizards are able to edge a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run. This is Hall. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Devin Bush. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. He'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains in the NFC Championship game. This is the NFL Playoffs on EA Sports. Here's a 3rd down and 4. That's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Concern on that sideline here in this NFC Championship game. This one is complete to DK Metcalf. Here's a 3rd down and 4. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
All right, listen, Mike, there's just certain guys in this league that just have better arm talent than others. And this is a perfect example why. Not every quarterback in the NFL can make this throw. And, man, that was impressive.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Now a toss to the left. Here comes Hall. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. He'll look to throw. That's a short throw caught by Komet. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. And this ball's going to be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. On the option, here's Hall. And he's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Seahawks will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They'll look to throw. A dive and a catch. Incredible. A gain of 16 on that pass play. That's enough for a first down. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to the air one more time. The open man is Smith and Jigba. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Wizards. Greg, very big touchdown there. Makes it a 10-point game. And now a chance to tighten this down to a one-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You have to go for 2 here. You got to get this thing down to 8. But this offense now has given themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
And he'll wind up short of the goal line. So they're not able to get this back to a one-score game. The margin remains 10.
I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn it around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the give, it's Hall. He'll take this down to the 43, a short pickup there. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Hall. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he'll try to get to the marker, but he's going to wind up a yard or 2 short. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Give up the middle with Hall. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. As they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. Another run here with Hall. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down. We'll try to run for it with Hall. Now this defense will use a third and final timeout. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. They're going to go, and it's Hall. And he will have the Seahawks first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on fourth down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.